Okay, welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
Another episode. Go to Realtors podcast, Investment Realtors podcast. Lewis,
That's us, Lewis.
Justin, Lewis.
Justin, right?
That is correct. So we're coming in with a light and fluffy one today. Just kind of some home kind of maintenance, upkeep, fun stuff like that.
Yep. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Kind of, I wouldn't say we fell off because we've been going at it. It's just we haven't been able to upload all of the pre-made videos that we had.
Yeah, the holidays and stuff.
Holidays were good. I mean, they always come in roaring and then they kind of leave like a lamb. And
now what do we do for the next 3-4 months till summer?
Well, there's January blues from all of like consumer spending.
Yep. February?
Valentine's Day.
So you spend again. That's when you ramp it up.
March would be usually like Snowmageddon.
And
then April, it's like, okay, it's only -40. And then May comes and
April showers bring May flowers.
Well, until they don't.
Yeah. And then it's made up.
That's true.
Well, glad to be back.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I miss these.
Yeah, they are pretty, they are fun little kind of, I guess, takeaways or like way to break up the monotony in the day.
We always have fun.
We do. It doesn't matter what we're doing.
Nope. Okay, so let me go through. We compiled a little list of things.
Yes.
That should be maintained throughout the year in terms of a house, just things you should check, look into, make sure they're all okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the first one here, and not every house has it, but it's test the sump pump or risk a flood.
And what is a sump pump, my co-host Lewis?
A sump pump is a device that's installed in the house, in the basement of the house, and it kind of regulates groundwater in the property.
Yep.
So if you're in a place with a lot of either a flood risk or just a very moist groundwater area, maybe there's
elevation.
A lot of elevation.
You're on the lower part of like kind of the peak or whatever.
Yeah, they recommend a sump pump. And I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a sump pump, but if you don't need one and you're consistently like repairing it or keeping it up to, it could be a money pit for something you don't need. Like if you have a sump pump in a house and let's say 5 years go by and it's been dry every year, every day for 5 years, you could decommission it and get rid of it.
Yeah,
you don't really need it, right?
Fair.
But if you have one, check it out. Maintain it, check like the buoy system.
So what we usually do when we go into homes that have them, they all generally have floats. And what the float is it has a certain water threshold where once it hits that, it'll automatically turn on. So what you could do is either unplug the sub pump, plug it back in, or sometimes if we give a general shake, even if it's not at that level, it'll cause it to think it is, which will turn it on and we can make sure that it is working how it's supposed to.
Test it out.
Yeah.
Just make sure, right?
Yeah.
Next thing we have, this one's an interesting one that we kind of looked into. Check for high water pressure or risk wrecking fixtures and appliances.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, like if you have fixtures and appliances, they're on like, most of them are metal or aluminum or something like that. But if you have one on the cheaper side, maybe like a brittle plastic, something like with like a gasket or a seal that's old, could have leaks, the pressure's too high. Find yourself in a flood.
Sometimes even the water tanks, because they're so old and they collect all the kind of rust particles at the bottom, it'll restrict the flow also. So that's something, that's a whole other one where you can have your, either call and have your water tank serviced yearly, or where if you're kind of more hands-on, you can drain it yourself. Just make sure you're following all the proper steps of turning off the main water and, you know.
Which brings us to our other point. Drain sediment from your water heater or expect a shortened lifespan.
Jeez, look at that.
You're reading ahead.
No, I'm not even reading the same thing.
I think you're good at this and you don't want to say anything.
Thank you. I'm here all day, everybody. So we got the sub pump.
Yep.
We got the water tank.
Here's one. Clean window weep holes or risk inviting rainwater into your house.
Oh, okay. So what he's talking about there is in front of the window wells. Generally, with the waterproofing around your house, it has like a weeping tile that collects all the water and discharges it away from the house. Sometimes if they call it a sock, but if the weeping tile because it's perforated, it can get clogged with dirt, which would cause it to then back up and then bring water inside.
Into the house.
And sometimes you'll even see just like a little sock popping out, and it's like a circular tube. That's what's actually pulling the water out. So just make sure it's free of any debris.
They recommend getting what's it called? A compressor that just blows air.
That makes sense.
And you just blow out everything. Just blow it all out. Clean
that makes
it up,
sense.
right? Keep it dry.
Okay.
Right? So was that?
Anything about like the downspouts or the eavesdrops around the house?
Not yet, but the list is still going. We'll see.
Okay.
This one is clean refrigerator coils or risk unnecessary repair bills.
Oh,
so
that's
I guess
fair.
dust.
Yeah.
It accumulates.
I did mine maybe a month ago, and they're not joking when they say that pulls in some dust, and I could see it just kind of overheats it, makes it work harder than it has to.
Yeah. So clean it out. Same thing. Shoot it out with some air. Get it like a vacuum, a paper towel, and clean it up. Right. Not wet, damp. I would say too wet would be. I don't want to put wet.
I usually just always use a shop vac, and it's with
a
a bristle brush attached to it.
Yeah.
And it seems to always do the trick.
Here's one which, when they go, could be dangerous. So it's good to keep them maintained. And that is the garage door spring.
Oh, have you ever seen one of those?
When they snap?
Jeez, it can do some serious damage. They're not joking.
Even installing, when the guy installs it, he's got to be really careful.
Or girl.
Because if that thing snaps back, you could lose like a finger and a hand.
You could get decapitated.
Well,
the way that the pressure is on that spring, that's why like garage doors and springs aren't for like the DIYers. You definitely want to just leave it to the professional.
Get the professionals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but keep them lubed. Over here just says lube garage door springs. Replace them sooner rather than later. So preventative maintenance. Make sure it doesn't spring and decapitate you. Oh God.
A lot of things do come down to whether it's vehicles, houses, just take care of stuff. When you take care of stuff takes care of you, and just do whatever it's required or suggested.
Yeah. I mean, maintenance, man. Maintenance.
That'll get you.
Mm-hmm. Here's one. Check for mice nests.
Yeah, those.
They're everywhere, eh?
Everywhere. That's why you like people that have cats. If you ever ask somebody who has a cat, have you ever seen a mouse in your house? They'll be like, oh, I never got them. That's because your cat got to it before you.
Yeah.
So they definitely are helpful for that, I would say.
Equipment, garage equipment, like lawnmowers and sit-downs. We've had mice nests and sit-down mowers.
And they just chew apart the wire, and then they start making a nest out of like the wires or whatever they
find.
Yeah, they're, they don't mess around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a good one. This is one that we're actually very proactive in. We do this quite a bit. Clean dryer vents.
Yeah.
Or risk waste energy or risk of fire.
Yeah, they're dangerous. That lint blow up. I've been seeing the new rave of people putting actual catches on them. Mm-hmm. So it'll be halfway. It kind of puts it on an angle. So as it gets to the top, it'll stop there and you can clean it out.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Anything helps, man.
Yeah, that's a fire risk. That's a big fire risk. Even changing the filter of your dryer almost every day, every other day.
Every load when I usually swipe it.
Yeah, swipe. Just give it a swipe. It's easy. It's quick. It's smart.
Yeah, they talk about furnace filters. What do they suggest?
They don't talk about it, but we could bring that up. Like change your furnace filter every couple months, 2 months. Like I would say in the winter, 2 months for sure. In the summer, maybe 3.
I do mine every month just because I have the dog and the cat.
Animals, like depending on how many animals you have in the house, obviously, and how many people you have in the house.
Yeah,
if it's just like a single person in a house, they could probably push 2-3 months. If it's a family,
how clean they are and everything else, a lot of factors. And actually, to touch on that a lot of people don't talk about is having your vents blown out. Like our house is from '97. When we moved in 4 years ago, the vents had never been blown out.
Yeah.
And the pictures they showed me before and after, and just the stuff that they pulled out.
Yeah.
Do it. It's worth the money.
Do it.
It's worth the money. And it's what you're breathing in, especially in the winter when you're pretty much confined to just those 4 walls. Like, make sure the air is good.
You better hope you're breathing in something you want to breathe in.
It's true.
And the last one, going back to the garage door, was check your garage door balance and leveling, or you could risk breaking your opener letting in cold air. So most new garage doors are super insulated. The R value is huge. So, I mean, you do feel the difference when they're shut, leveled properly, and they don't let air gaps in. So.
Yeah, that weather stripping. What I've seen other people do with old style, just wood plain garages is they get like styrofoam, that blue styrofoam from Home Depot. They get tuck tape and they insulate it themselves, and it works. I mean, $800 as opposed to $100 is pretty significant.
Yeah.
So these were just some little tips that we kind of compiled just based on what we've seen, some articles, and just chatting with the general public.
Yeah. Keep in mind, maintain your house, keep it up. Like that's your best investment.
Yeah. What do you guys prefer when we talk like kind of the nitty gritty of real estate, when we're kind of giving you tips on how to upkeep, or just do you want to see us go like just crazy off the walls, just talk about everyday stuff.
Yeah, comment below, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
We're open for any question, and we'll read them all online.
Like we have been.
Yeah, we have a couple here we'll get to next video, but guys, keep sending them in.
Yep. All right, guys, till the next one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.